Hey. How you doing? It's me, the Skrauss. I'm live, and you are alive. And we're here together, naturally. I am he, and you are she, and we are three, and sometimes sing, come together. Lucy in the sky, pie in the face, how they fly. I don't know how the words to that song. This is where we are, Team Cavedweller. Going back in time to noon. When the clock gets to here, I'll tell you about what I'm ingesting. When it gets to here, I will try to remember to look at the clock and answer your comments. And when it gets back to here, you will be free to go. That works, but it's a clock. Cavedweller, things need to be done on the clock, like clockwork, like precision gears interacting, making things move. Because if they don't, society falls apart. Oops! Thank you, Disco Jesus, for this time of rest that we are all suffering, because we're in a mechanized society that runs on the wheels of production. Not farming, not hunting, gathering, not chasing the buffalo across the plains. Our society rests on the fragility of constant consumption and production and throwing waste into rivers. Amen, and thank you, Disco Jesus. Hey, where's my candle lighter? Here it is. Excuse me. Keep it down! That street is a bastard. Thank you, Lady of the Lake, for all these gifts we are about to receive and these meditations we are about to discover. Using the magic of art and imagination. A red candle for Saint Expedite. Give us the power to overcome. I should probably take off this label. Give us the power to always overcome our procrastination. I'll just turn it this way. Okay, there we go. Lady of the Lake, Senor del Lago, thank you for these continued blessings. This is a painting of a living room. Last time we talked about this living room, I added a thin wash. This figure here was black. I added a thin wash of yellow ochre to the top of the black figure, and it brought out just enough. It looks like I went over it with a black layer. So the layering can go back and forth. It's as far as in time which one you apply. And so is what I'm saying is it doesn't matter when you apply it, or the layer order doesn't necessarily matter. Now then, this is the painting of the peg-leg monkey meeting God. I think it's almost done. What I'm going to do is make a quick dash of... Whoops, okay, that was dry. I'm going to make a quick dash of... Is this not doing anything? Blue over this. Or maybe I should make it over this. Ugh. What I'm going to do is try to make a wash of blue turning white going up this way. How's that sound? Do you approve? Put some comments below if you approve. This... I don't know if the comments go below on a YouTube video. I've never watched it. No, wait, that's not true. Yeah, I've never been on an end of a YouTube video where it works. And I should ask my buddy Jason Horsley. Dropping the $1 million names. Well, okay, that's only $500,000. Horsley is definitely worth a full $1 million. And see what he sees, and maybe he can have some ideas for me. I'll just use black. All the meetup groups are locked down in Shakedown. Thank you, Jesus, for this time of Shakedown where our enemies and herders and managers of humanity can make us stay in our homes for no good reason. Okay, brother, it's all fake. I don't know. I'm assuming it's fake. But let's stay off that subject. I'm trying to take after my pal Peter Batchelder, who stays off the subject of current events and mediated hysteria. And he's really good at it. I am very bad at it because I just react. I react to these hysterical moments that we're supposed to believe in, have outrage over, and I want everybody to know the truth. I'm like John the Baptist crying in the wilderness. Will somebody listen to me? Won't you just listen to the truth? I don't even know if I have the truth. All I know is that what you have is not the truth. But what is the truth? Pontius Pilate asked. Okay, this is the cosmic cube. I don't even know why it's there. It doesn't need to be. Let's get rid of it. With some nice liquido. When I got a job as a sexton at a Catholic church in Milwaukee's Mexican/Puerto Rican community, I thought, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to learn Spanish. Nope. I have almost zero interaction with any of the custies there. Alright. That's pretty good. Just want to quick make this thing behave. Behave, painting of the peg-leg monkey meeting God in space. God in space. Alright, I was going to have it light on the bottom and dark on top. Alright. I still think I should do that, though. Well, let's see what happens. Making it dark. With my hero, Prussian blue. I had a captain once when I was in the Navy who never swore. He was a Christian Science monitorist, and he never swore. And I always thought it was weird how the day he was yelling at me at Captain's Mass when he said, "Everybody gets a wild bug up their ear." In their ear, a wild bug in their ear. I just thought that was weird, because the typical phrase is a wild bug in your ass. And he wouldn't even say ass. I wonder how he read the Bible when, they had all those asses pulling wagons. They still have asses pulling wagons. It is you and I. Boom. Chicka pop. All right, this is going to be white on the bottom. Let's add that now. Oh, I don't have any white. Well, I got a little bit of white. I really used a lot of white on one of these paintings once. Unsightly amount of white. So I don't talk about current events, and I have nothing to say. I guess that's what it amounts to, Team Cavedweller. Let's see if I can think of something else to say, to talk to you about, to regale you with. Oh, that looks really great. Oh my goodness, I'm so much in love with this. Wow, Daddy-o, that is the bestest. Today at Revision Gallery, we were cleaning out the basement, and I swept up some junk out of a corner. It was like sand and dust and spider webs, and oh my goodness. We had to evacuate the premises. Open the doors. Turn off the fire alarm. It was bad. Basements get dusty, man. I don't know how to take this, but the gallery director at Revision Gallery is trying to convince me to become a mover. Doggone it! I just can't escape that fate. Unfortunately, for me, I love picking junk up, carrying it down flights of stairs, and stacking it in a truck. I just love doing that for some reason. I don't love doing it from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m., which if you've ever been a mover, you know there are days like that. Usually in January or August. My idea is to start a moving company that specializes in nursing homes because they have smaller spaces and fewer items. You can get it on one truck easy. It's usually a 4-hour job. This episode of Image for Hire, Skrauss Speaks, You Listen, the live painting with the Skrauss is brought to you by Well Water from the Pryor Street Iron Well. The water is cloudy because it's full of nutrients. Full of solubles, minerals, spirits, the spirits of minerals, the things that go bump in your guts. Thank you, Disco Jesus, for this water from below the ground. Cleansing. So my new business as a mover specializing in nursing homes, I thought, well, because every move I did at a nursing home, it was a joy to do because it was over in no time flat. That's my thing. I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by getting the work done and getting the hell out of there. I got better things to do with my time. That's not the attitude a businessman should have, unfortunately. If you share that attitude, I don't recommend going into business. Got to add the white to the bottom too, You see this? I'm painting the actual edge of the frame. Not the edge, it's not a frame, but the support. These are gallery style. They're called gallery style because they're thick. They're about 2 inches thick so that you can just hang them up on a gallery wall and they don't look terrible. The ones that look terrible are the thin ones that are like 3/4 inches thick. There's nothing in between. I'm going to have to disrobe here. Excuse me. Excuse my disrobage. I just removed my robe. This is not a robe. It's a sweater. Team Cavedweller, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Get a high five. Or is that 10? Well, one for each of you, my viewers. I love you, my viewers. I need some blue there. I'm just going to try to get some junk up that's already on my palette from this morning, but it dried. You missed it this morning. I was doing stuff and things. I was not doing stuffing this thing. This is something I wasn't doing this morning. Just doing it now. Using a way too thick brush. But I was too lazy to change the brush. Oh, Cavedweller, I've got so many issues. Oh, look at all these blues. It's great. When I was in college, I graduated in 01, and then I went back in 07, and I ran into somebody that I was in English classes with. We were studying creative writing. I saw her on the elevator. The elevator was packed. Like, there was nowhere to room. She was across the elevator. She's like, Skrauss? And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, wow, you're gray. And I said, yeah, ain't it great? And then I got off the elevator. And I never saw her again. When I think of the phrase "ain't it great," I always think of that story. This is too white, and all my blue is used up, it looks like. Okay, there we go, we got some. That's when I was in the glory of my gray hair. Since then, all my white hair is falling out. It's like, just when I was getting the crown of glory, it just all falls out. It drives me nuts. What the heck is going on? Somebody suggested biotin. I'm in that 8th stage of panic where I'm considering Rogaine, turning into everybody I disrespected 2 years ago. Vanity, vanity, and darkness on the face of the dumbasses. You just can't win in life. Life is all about losing. Okay, here we go. I was making it lighter on the bottom, darker on top. Let's add some more darkness. Prussian blue hue. The little brush, a little water to make it flow nice. I almost feel like I'm just coloring in. That's alright. I just want this painting over with. Carry On Jeeves. Carry On Jeeves. I recommend you go out and purchase that book. Get it from the library. It's worth buying because it is so hilarious. The way Woodhouse puts words together, with the combination, especially in dialogue, with the combination between the character Jeeves and his man Wooster, Bertie Wooster, who uses non-stop antiquated slang from the 20s, British slang from the 20s. Oh my goodness, it's so great. And then he's inarticulate, so he says things like and that sort of thing, and when he hasn't described anything. It's just so wonderful. Oh my goodness. And I was listening to it. It was read by an actor who did a really great job bringing out the characters. I recommend it if you can find it. Not all readings are created equally. Jordan Peterson, for instance, is a terrible reader. He's reading his own book. I checked it out from the library. I'm like, okay, Maps of Meaning, it's an academic book, but if he can read it, he's a good speaker, he could probably read it. No, he can't. It's just a long monotone, and every word comes out at the exact same speed, and he doesn't have any pauses or vocalization or any break in the manner in which he delivers. It's just one constant stream, word after word after word, and he doesn't stop, he doesn't slow, he doesn't speed up. There's no sign of excitement. There's no sign of him even taking a breath. It's bad. It's so bad I couldn't listen to it. I mean, I literally couldn't listen to it. I tried, but I kept finding that I wasn't listening to it. I just wasn't listening. I was just so distracted by every little thing that came into my mind. I love listening to his talks. Yeah, I couldn't do it. Maps of Meaning doesn't get my seal of approval. But the works of P.G. Woodhouse, that I approve of. This is going to be even whiter at the bottom here. schmutzing all over my other painting. This is the danger of painting on top of another painting. In fact, it's less of a danger and more of a stupid move. This is a dumbass move, but I keep doing it just because I don't want to take this painting off the easel, this big painting. I just don't want to take it off the easel. Once again, paint the bottom. Alright, I'm going to let that dry now and see if I like it any better tomorrow. This is Santo CIA. It's a new icon I'm making for anybody who likes to wear medals of saints like I do. This is Saint Expedite, my new current favorite. I'm going to make some medals actually out of pewter. Pewter, these are pewter cups. It's either tin and silver or tin and lead. I don't know what these are. I can't tell by smelling. You can melt it in your oven. It has a really low melting point, under 500 degrees. It's wonderful. So I can just make the mold, melt the pewter in my oven, pour it on. It's great. I've been saving aluminum cans to make them out of aluminum and smelt the aluminum, but you need incredible amounts of heat for that. Now I just haven't assembled the necessary materials. Some great videos on YouTube of a guy melts cans, makes ingots, melts copper wire and copper parts, makes ingots, and then he mixes them, and he made a bronze hammerhead. Then he fashioned the handle for the hammer. It's really exciting, I think. Santo CIA. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the spatter painting, because the CIA is well known for sponsoring abstract expressionism. So in some ways, Santo CIA is my patron saint. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to use this purple. I'm not too particularly worried about painting the edges of this painting, because you can see it's the thin profile. And the thin profile is just going to be covered up by a frame, which I have around here somewhere. This Santo CIA, he has the head of a bald eagle, which is sliced off. It's from heraldry. There's a term for it being sliced off or just tore off. But the eagle head is just torn off rather than sliced neatly. So when I say sliced off, I actually mean just ripped off, barehanded. At this point, I'm just trying to get rid of all the white. Santos CIA. Let's see what that does. That shirt should be khaki. So that means raw sienna. It's khaki. That's the color of marine shirts. It goes with their dress blues. It's going to be yellow ochre. I guess it's in between yellow ochre and raw sienna. We're going to mix them up. Mix them up. One thing I learned about painting is that I learned more about mixing color just by making colors up and mixing them on my palette than I do by trying to match them. And by getting experience mixing and matching colors, I've learned I can now match colors. Like seeing a color, I know what colors I need to mix to get that. I learned it just by painting rather than by trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? It's a long way around though. All right, let's give him the khaki shirts. We're giving him a khaki shirt because his feathers are white. You know what? He should be wearing a Marine type uniform. Medals, you think? Do you think that's too much? I'm giving him a suit because he's modern. Typically saints are wearing, robes and sackcloth and things. I did this drawing with a marker. We'll see how it bleeds through. I don't know. It's a Sharpie. Pure white for the eagle now. For the eagle head. Oh, but then what differentiates the eye? Better add a little blue to it. Blue toot. And use that. Just a dash of Prussian hue. This is the kind of I'm mixing a kind of white that you get at the paint store when you want to make a white wall. If you ever notice when you're trying to match your walls, there are different whites. This is white number 1, blue white. Okay, we'll just do it like that. I can see where the eye is underneath. I'm going to have to go over it with a regular line. Santo CIA, you are so badass. Explain this a little bit. He's wearing a suit. In this hand, he's holding a pup marionette. In this hand, he's holding a dagger. Because he's Santo CIA. Patron saint of skullduggery. Hiding the truth. Discovering the truth. Costumes. The crossroads. In some ways, he's a psychopomp. Okay, so what do we got here? Would it be too corny to have an American flag? I'll put it in, and if I don't like it, I'll take it out. Let's look at the Lady of the Lake. You can see her icon is actually a statue. Interesting, with a church. It's probably her pilgrimage church in the background. Oh, and there's the Stations of the Cross on here? What the hell? Get that off there. It's the Lady of the Lake that we want to know about. Our Lady of Guadalupe in Milwaukee has one of those statues and has real hair. It's uncanny. Alright, so we got the orange, we got blah, 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 blah. Let's see now. Put some of those drawings back in. Use this. He's standing on the crossroads. And the zodiac. Very dark tie. We're almost an hour in, Team Cavedweller. I hope it's been as exciting for you as it has been for me. Actually, I hope it's been more exciting for you. For me, it's been, I'm actually getting in the zone, and I'd rather speak with you. I'd rather have a discussion, clown around, and hang out, but I was getting in the zone. All right, I'm just going to dab on this puppet now. Kingmaker, Kingbreaker, Santo CIA. He's a little duplicitous. He's somewhat like Hermes. He's mercurial. He's changing. You don't necessarily know where you're standing with Santo CIA. I don't know if you want him as your patron saint. But he discovers the truth. He goes where you cannot, because you don't have access and because you're a pussy. Unless you're willing to like gun people down in cold blood, you don't have the guts. Let Santo CIA do it for you. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and then left the building. Oh, did you hear that guy join me in the singing? It was awesome. He was listening to headphones. Disco Jesus, thank you for the sparkly water out of the green estrogen impregnated bottle. So there we go. That's basically what it looks like. Santo CIA. What do you think? If you want a copy, let me know. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on the design. Oh, I have to write in the motto. All right, let's do that. I'm going to use this tiny brush. I love finishing paintings. It's like my favorite thing in the world. No. It's not anywhere near my favorite thing in the world, but I do like it. No comments. It's fun. Excuse me. I like what happened right there. That's beautiful. It's actually not set, it's make. I believe the actual it's a biblical quote, the motto of the CIA, and I believe the biblical quote says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." But the CIA's is "will make you free." And there it is, Cavedweller. Oh, I gotta put Santo CIA on the bottom. How do they do that now? They just they just sort of write it at the bottom. Wait, that says La Luz de Tufe? What the hell is a Tufe? Come on! Ugh. I got ripped off of that candle. It doesn't have the right information. Let's do it anyway. And I better look up Santo to make sure that's... Maybe I should use Latin. Well, we'll see what we got. This might be too big. This morning yesterday, Yesterday I was looking at some lettering I did on somebody's door, and it is horrible. It's like a kindergartner did it. It is just the worst. What I should have done is I should have used my own tools and acrylic paint, but instead I bought a thing called Hot Shot, Quick Shot, One Shot, and it sits put, and then you turn around and it runs. And I was using a brush that was like 2 inches long, and it was wobbly. I had no idea. It was a lining brush. It was for lettering, and it was the worst. I didn't know. I thought that's what you had to do to be legit. I got paid though. Okay, so that is done. Wow, we're killing it today, Cavedweller. 2 paintings done. Can we finish this one? Montgomery Blanc needs desktop. These are reflections of the window. Ran into some theater people I knew the other day. Didn't have anything to say to them. I don't have anything to say to most people, which is why I have no friends, which is probably why I have no viewers. Hey, I was going to tell you why I had... There's a fire hydrant outside, and it's got peeps on it, and the peeps are all melted in the sun and rain. I put them there, 3 peeps, as an offering to Papa Legba at this intersection. So far, no results. How would I know if there were any results? I haven't seen any guys with a hat and a dog walking around. Although, that was in February. No. Wow, that was a long time ago. Was it February? No. It was Easter. Shortly after that, I came up with the idea for Santo CIA. Let's get to this paint. Oh, I've got a schmutz here. See, you can't paint one painting on top of the other. You ruin it. My studio is full of that kind of thing. All right, so let's see what we can do to cover that up. All right, so we got the desk motif here coming out a little bit better. His suit should be darker, and I happen to have some Santo CIA suit color left. Let's put that on. Well, I guess I don't. Okay, let's make it. I'll use anthraquinone blue. Okay, brother, I'm into it. I'm into painting. This is my second hour of painting today. I should actually do 3 hours of painting every day, but often I just don't get to it. This now goes here. Okay, because it looks black, I'm going to have to, but it is actually black. I don't have much blue in there at all. I'm just going to wipe it off. And hit it with some blue. Goddess blue I will use. Today is a pretty good day. It's nice and warm out. I actually just want to go outside. I was working on updating PHP for a WordPress page for the Revision Gallery website, and I was falling asleep. just trying to figure out what that meant, update PHP, and where do you go to do it, and how does it happen? Oh, I could hardly keep my eyes open. It was horrible. All right, so now we got the blue going. All right, that's better. Hand on desk. You can see it now. But one thing I learned there's people that are much older than me who hate technology and they just don't want to deal with it. You know, doing something on their phone. There's a guy I know, he's a really great reader of poetry, which is very unusual. He wouldn't even let me turn on the app on the light on his phone so that you can shake it and it pops on instead of having to go through several layers of menus. He's like, no, don't do that because then it goes on accidentally. I won't be able to turn it off. People are afraid of technology. Well, now I know why. Because it's such a pain. Well, you can't see anything now, so wait a minute. I'm looking at the screen. I have the OBS screen, and then over here I have the YouTube screen, which you're looking at. Whoa, that's weird. The light is shifting like crazy. Well, that's why it's different, because the light is shifting. And there's a time delay. Weird. Cavedweller, thank you for your time. I'm about done here. I'm going to call it a day. Not because I want to stop painting this painting, but because I'm almost out of time here and I don't want to continue. I need to look at this a little bit more. There's some areas of the drawing in here that need to be brought out. The candles on the pentagram, you can't tell it's a pentagram. You can't tell this is a bed. Those are important aspects. And then the rest of the room needs to be dark. Not too dark, right? Because the candles are providing light. So that should probably be some light under her. I'll have to draw it. I mean, I'm feeling apprehensive about continuing, so I'm going to not continue. Thank you, Disco Jesus, for providing the light and seizing the day and finding the way. Red candle for Saint Expedite, also finding the way in the immediacy. And I don't know what the Lady of the Lake does. I just like her because she's like a Mexican Lady of the Lake, and I had just read Arthur Lamort to Arthur. I'm done. I'm out of here. Team Cavedweller, this is my remote control. And with this, I control the mouse. It's going all over the screen now. I'm following it like a cat. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. You are my friend. And what I always say to my friends is if you want to be better friends, you need to be a better friend.